friggin' fast here. I don't know how I've been getting whole shots, but it's working.
The industry trying to hype up WMX, but is it working? Hey everybody, Walty Wanderers, buckle up, strap in. We got a hard-hitting, pull no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows or sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today. Welcome to the show. I hope everybody's doing great. Let's jump back on the moto merry-go-round and examine the good, the bad, and maybe a little bit of the ugly.
Walty only examine rainbows and sunshine and la Turner.
No. Somebody's got to read between the lines and look between the ruts. We got some ruts to look through today, my friends. You know, here's the thing. I love moto, and I know you guys do too. And women's moto has been around since the golden age, even before that. I mean, back in the day, I remember as a kid, Roger DeCoster actually lived in the same town as me. And my buddy, his mom was the women's world champion motocross rider on a Bull Taco back in the 70s, Cherry Stockton. And I remember going riding one day as a Grom on my Mini, and Roger DeCoster and Cherry Stockton, we were all riding somewhere. And I didn't know who these people were. I was just a Grom, you know. This is my friend's mom, and she happened to be a women's motocross champ. And then Roger DeCoster was also still racing back at that time as well, I believe, or at least riding. And so women's motocross has been around forever, right? But what we're seeing now out of the industry, I mean, back in the Jessica Patterson and the Ashley Follick days, like those that was pretty fun. Like, it was fun having, I think they definitely belong. We definitely need the women in the sport. But what I'm seeing now is they're exploiting the women. They're just exploiting the women to try to capitalize, just like we try to do Pride, we do Telemundo, because in the suits, what they're saying is, it's kind of like with the Dylan Mulvaney Bud Light debacle. It's really similar, especially with this whole Pride thing, is they're going, hey, there's a demographic out there that we could go after, but it's a smaller demographic. So do you really want to roll the dice for a small demographic? We saw what happened to Bud Light. It hurt them terribly. Their sales were in the toilet. It was basically looking like they wouldn't even survive. It wasn't until Kid Rock came by with an AK and started blasting some stuff on social media that they got the message like, this didn't work. Then they tried to go back to All America, apple pie, cowboy boots, and just Americana. And they will never try that again in the foreseeable future, I'm sure. Well, with WMX, what I'm seeing out of the industry is they're hyping it, right? Or giving them television time. I personally think that they're better off just doing highlights of the WMX. Go ahead and have them part of the package. But for me, they're losing me a little bit. I mean, the reality is this, and the chicks, I love you. I love the chicks for sure. But the thing is that the racing just isn't as entertaining for me, right? But I love them. Like, I remember one of the podiums I saw, you know, some of these girls are like looking kind of hot, you know, and it's like, it used to be kind of like a wildebeest back in the day. Back in the day, like, I remember going to the practice track or a ride day, and, you know, there'd be a chick out there riding. And she didn't even have to be that hot. Just the fact that, you know, she was a chick out there riding made her hot. So, like, they have that going for them. But the reality is this. I'm just not really seeing I don't know. I'm not seeing the market appeal so much. I'm not seeing the excitement. I mean, now, what I do see as I read between lines and look between the ruts is clearly the industry is just trying to hype this to try to generate more revenue. And I'm just not sure it's working for me personally. Now, I know a lot of you, and this might be a little controversial, and there'll probably be a lot of people in the comments. And if you're new, get subscribed, jump over to the community page, throw in an open face and a fresh pair of tear-offs, because the roost is definitely going to fly on this one. We're going to jump over and take a look, because I asked it on the community page of the channel. Is WMX exciting for you? I asked on the channel about what you guys are thinking about WMX. Let's jump over, take a look at that polling, maybe even take a lap around some of your comments. Then we'll meet back here and wrap it up. Let's get started.
Hey, race fans, buckle up, strap in, roll up your windows, lock your doors, throw on an open face and a fresh pair of tear-offs, because the roost is about to fly. When asked on the Walty Wanderers community page of the YouTube channel, how do you feel about WMX? After 1,300 votes and almost 100 comments, 75% of you said, bro, it's cool, while 25% of you said, Bro, a little bit boring, man. Well, let's go ahead and saddle up and take a lap around a few of the comments. First up at the starting gate, RC18YZ250 comes in with Lala Rips, and then hearing her Minnie Mouse voice is hilarious. You would never think she'd be so badass. Boom, and there it is there. Chalk one up to the 75% It's Cool column. Let's see who's up next. Pull a tear off. Jameson 4844 pops the clutch and comes in with interesting to see how worse they are. Boom! Chalk one up for a little bit boring. Thanks, my brother. Let's see who's up next. Devin Unlimited gets all huck-a-buck through the roller section and almost swaps out and goes down with seems as if there's a big push for women's sports all across the board. All of a sudden, is there something behind that? Quite possibly. Thanks for the comment. Let's see who's up next. But certainly not least, Rob8331 crosses the finish line, lights the candles, gets the neck burn with the WNBA of Moto. A waste of money and a waste of resources. Chalk one up for the boring column, and there it is there. Make sure you jump in and read the rest. There are some barn burners, but bring your tear-offs because the roast tends to fly. Let's jump back to the studio and wrap this one up.
All right, friends, welcome back, and there you go. So the funny thing is that 75%, I believe, around there, like WMX. You're like, I'm digging it, and I do too. I really do dig the WMX, but I don't dig is that what I see is really they're being exploited by the industry, and this is a situation where they're fine. They're like, exploit us because we want to make money, and if you can get us into part of the TV package and get people interested in us, we get paid more money. So I respect that, and I appreciate that, and I acknowledge that. But for me, I don't really like. For me, when they had the WMX, and they're only doing the second motos for now, if memory serves me correctly, and maybe some highlights of the first from the Friday before. I mean, I don't know. Maybe choose the women as supercross intermissions, right? I would love to see these women on a supercross track. That would be exciting. That would be exciting, but I don't think we'll ever see it. It's too dangerous. And while these girls will smoke me, definitely, and a bunch of you watching, sorry to tell you that, man. And I'm sure you've had a chick go flying by you at the track before, maybe some pro. But the reality is this: they're just not quite have that aggression, that bike skills that the men have. And occasionally we've seen a girl, as they of course hype this up too, she's going to try to qualify for the men's. And occasionally we've got one get into the fast 40. I can't even remember who it was back in the past. I mean, that's kind of my case in point. I don't even remember who it was. In final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator, as a moto guy that wants to see nothing went on the track, off the track. Understand the waters you're swimming in now, they're shark infested. WMX industry, welcome to the swimming pool industry. Listen, man, we know what's going on. You're trying to exploit the women to see if you can get this market share a little bigger by bringing them in and tap into an even bigger demographic to increase your bottom line. And understandably so. I mean, capitalism is a thing, right? We've all tried to grow our businesses and make more money. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you're doing it at the expense, or it starts to become see-through of other people and what your true intentions are, I'm not sure you're necessarily doing this because you love women's motocross. I think you're doing this because you want to increase your bottom line. And that's why Walty will be here to blow the lid off it every step of the way. Because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media link in the description of this video if you'd like to follow me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you enjoyed this video, you're going to love the next video, and there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Don't go over the bars. God bless. I'll see you on the next video.